Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Dennis Cummins on the line, and he is founder of Pro Speaker Academy. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for having me on the show, Adam. I really appreciate it.
So excited to get into today's topic. So the secret to recession-proofing your firm and landing high-paying clients in any economy. So, awesome topic and very timely. But before we get into that, I do want to get into a little bit more of what you're doing over at Pro Speaker Academy. Tell us a little bit more about the academy, please.
So here, Adam, I'm a retired chiropractor. I did that for 23 years, became a professional speaker. And I used all the strategies that I teach at Pro Speaker Academy. The systems that I use are the ones that I used to build my practices in New York as a chiropractor for all those years. And what I found are that, doctors, attorneys, and other professional business owners are really great at what they do, but they're really horrible at explaining what they do to other people and getting more conversions, more clients, better clients into their office. So at Pro Speaker Academy, we teach them how to communicate their value to the public so that they can get more clients, have higher conversions, and just make more money, make more profitability. And I always, we always kind of end with that, make more money, and this show is about money and everybody's about money. But I like to think of profit is more than just about money, but profit is about service. Because if you're not making any sales, you're not serving people. And a lot of my clients have tremendous value to offer people, but because their clients or potential clients don't know who they are, what they do, they don't convert as high and they don't help as many people as they could. So my mission is to help them reach a larger audience, generate more sales, and help more people.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'll pick on myself for a moment, which I typically do. And I saw when I was a financial advisor, so before I made the transition into media, so I was a financial advisor for probably, almost 14 years. And now I'm in media going on 4. And now I know how to tell a story. Now I know how to communicate. But when I was an advisor, when I really think about it, I probably stopped being a financial advisor and moved out of that business. And probably my mom still didn't know what I did right because I couldn't explain it to people the right way. And I offered great service. I was an expert in my field. I could do stuff right. If you knew what I did, then okay, fine, because you've had one in the past. But if you didn't, like I didn't have that skill set. So it's not something that's intuitive. So if you're listening to this right now and you don't know if you need that and you think about it and you're like, why can't everybody else understand what I'm talking about? It's you. It's not them, just so you know. And that's coming from somebody who has transitioned to the other side of learning some of the things that Dennis teaches. So just wanted to tee that one up for you there, Dennis, because it's true.
Oh, I appreciate it. And that's what I hear. Listen, you don't become a doctor, you don't become a lawyer, you don't become a financial planner, you don't run your own business without being very intelligent. And it's not a matter of intelligence. What happens is sometimes I just tell people, you're too smart. You're too smart for your customers and for your audience because you're not speaking to them in a way that delivers value. And one of the phrases that I use over and over again, this is about value marketing. It's you have to convey the value of what you do to them. And the biggest challenge that I see professionals have, especially doctors and lawyers, is that they talk about what they're going to do. Like, hey, we're going to file this, we're going to submit this, we're going to run this test. And it's a list of the features that they're going to provide as part of a service. And they forget to talk about what's really important to their clients. And it's what are those features going to do for them? And if you can kind of if I can help them wrap their minds around that and then give them the tools and the structure to do it. Because, Adam, most people, their number one fear is public speaking. So I just put out a book. It's called Non-Professionally Speaking, How Professionals Use Small Talks to Create Big Profits. I want to teach you just to have a conversation with people, not to become a professional speaker, so that you can convey that value and convert at a higher rate. Because I truly believe that once people understand what you do and how what you do helps, it eliminates almost all the obstacles to moving forward and becoming a client. And that's my goal for my clients, to help them get that message out there.
And I think that's also a great transition. So let's get into a recession-proofing and landing high-paying clients in any economy. I mean, that's a big topic. Where do you want to start with that one?
Well, hey, listen, it's really simple, and it's going to boil down to one word: communication. People are afraid right now. You know, for those of you, depending on when you're listening to this podcast, this is in the middle of the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. People are on lockdown. Businesses are shut down. Especially professionals that usually rely on personal contact are extremely limited, and they're hurting. But many of my clients are doing better than ever right now. And it really boils down to, are you willing to reach out and communicate how you can help people in these times of need, how you can frame your services in that time of need? And if you, it's never a value, and Adam, you could probably, I think you would agree with this because you've worked in the financial industry. It's never really about how much something costs. It's really about, is it worth it in people's minds? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely say, and that's why, to me, like price or all that other stuff, I mean, it's how much value you're adding. Like, that's the key.
Right. And that's how you recession-proof your business, by conveying the value. It's not enough that you have a great product. And I believe that many of the people, if you're listening to this podcast, you're in the right mindset. You're in a mindset for positivity. You're in a mindset for growth. You're looking for something great. It's great to have that mindset. And it's also great that you have a great product. And I'll just, for the benefit of the doubt, assume that if you've been in business for a while, you've got a great product, you've got a great service, you've put in tons of hours to get there. But people don't know about you. Many of your listeners, many of the people that I speak to on a regular basis are the greatest secret that no one knows about. Mm-hmm. They're just amazing at what they do, but people don't know because they've never gotten it out there. If you want to recession-proof your business, if you want to thrive when other people are struggling and in fear, then get out and start to communicate. Share what you do, share how you help, and then offer to help more. That's how you grow your business. That's how I grew 2 chiropractic offices in New York through the ups and downs of every financial market. And it's how I continue to do it for the professionals that I work with now.
Can you, I want to elaborate on this concept a little bit more of high-paying clients, because I feel like sometimes people, they don't charge what they're worth. They don't charge what they should be charging, and I don't understand it. Like, I'll give you a quick example. So for my podcast, I teach a lot of people how to podcast, and I'm not the cheapest. Like, I'm not. But I also perfect my craft. I mean, I work at this, like, I'd like to think I'm one of the hardest working podcasters out there. But that being said, there's a lot of other people that they don't feel okay with charging what they should charge. I mean, so that's the second part of the statement. So recession-proofing your firm, but then high-paying clients. I mean, what's your thoughts on the price objection or the price thought process on getting out there in the market?
Well, here's my first thought on that right away is you will never win by competing on price. There are just far too many people in any market that you name.
Man, I love that, Dennis.
Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in there. If you want to try to compete on price, you're the Walmart guy. You know, you're trying to compete with Walmart, and you're not going to win that fight. The way that you win is by actually creating something of value. But you have to, again, this really always boils down to communication. Number one, you have to believe it's valuable, right? So in the book that I wrote, Not Professionally Speaking, the part 1 of that book is about the mechanics of public speaking. Part 2 is the mechanics of public speaking. The mechanic is, who do you have to be on the inside to be able to deliver a confident and competent talk on a topic, on a subject? The mechanics are, hey, listen, these are the steps you have to have in place to make it happen. Everybody thinks public speaking is so hard. It's not. There is a system in place, and I've made a step-by-step, duplicatable, reproducible, guaranteed success system for people to design a talk to promote their value, but you have to believe you're worth it. Now, for those of you listening, and Adam, if you see two items and they're, on the outside, they basically look kind of the same, but one of them is like, $17.95 and the other one is $437. Which one would you think is the more valuable product?
$400. 100%. I'm biting on that. Like the other one, I'm probably not even looking at, just to be honest.
Yeah, and
just
that's
wasting my time. Like, why am I even gonna? I don't care if it's free. If it's free, I'm probably not gonna look at it either. I'm like, I don't want this guy spamming me or girl, whatever. Like with my email and like this and that. I'm like, I don't want to even deal with it. I'd rather just pay. At least I know I'm getting assuming they have a great, a story and there's value behind it that's worth the 400 and something. Of course, I'd rather just pay. Like I don't want to waste my time with the other one.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm kind of, I'm like a lot of people. When I go out and buy something, I want to buy the best thing that I can. I don't want to settle for something just because it's cheaper. Anytime that I've ever bought something cheaper, I regretted not spending more money earlier on because it always broke too fast or it just blew up on me. So I think number one, businesses have to wrap their mind around the fact that it's okay to charge for what you do. And that's not an easy one for some people to get over. But here's what happens. If you make it too cheap, people don't think it's valuable and then they don't take advantage of it. And because they don't take advantage of it, their lives don't change. I think that's selfish on your part. Because a business owner is too afraid to charge what they're worth. People are passing them by thinking they're not worth it. So part of the confidence in that communication comes with your underlying belief. And that's why a big part of what I work on is the mindset. You have to start with, why do you do what you do? Why are you passionate about what you do? And do you truly believe that you deliver value? And if you understand why you do what you do, and you do believe that what you have is valuable, then it's just a matter of putting a process in place that makes conversions and sales a conversation rather than a battle. And everybody thinks like, hey, I'm going to sell them something. And, we have that kind of that idea in our mind of the used car salesman. That's not how it needs to be at all. And frankly, that disgusts me. If there's ever anything that annoys me, it's going into a store and feeling like I'm being sold. Rather than being sold, what I teach our clients to do is to allow their audience the chance to buy. And it's a tremendous mindset shift, but it's the way you position it. It's the system that you use to design your talk. And if you do it the right way, if you follow the steps, if you follow the system, at the end of your talk, they'll be asking you to buy. You don't have to sell anything, and you never will. And it won't matter about the economy, and money's not going to be an issue, because even in a bad economy, there's always people that have money. And there's always people who say they don't have money, and they do. The reason they don't have money is because you didn't make it valuable enough for them to part with it. You didn't make it valuable enough for them to say, oh, wow, if I invested in myself with you, my life would change. My problems would be solved. I could avoid the fighting at home. I could stop worrying about the real estate transactions. I could stop worrying about my retirement planning. Whatever it is that you do, once you explain it in a way that they understand it, they feel the value, and they can see that it would change their lives, the sale is just it's a given at that point. And it doesn't matter about the economy. But now we're in the coronavirus scare and everybody's worried. So you look around, people are dropping their prices, thinking that that's going to make life better. I have a lot of my colleagues, they raised their prices. They just raised their prices. In the middle of this epidemic, they're raising or doubling their fees. And clients are signing up. It's never a matter of the economy. It's not a matter of the recession. It's purely a matter of, did you communicate your value effectively? And that's what Pro Speaker Academy is all about. We give you the tools, we give you the templates, we give you the scripts, and then I walk you through it step by step personally to help you design a talk that does just that. That's what we do.
So Dennis, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Pro Speaker Academy, I mean, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Well, two things they can do. They can go to DennisCummins.com. That's my main website. In addition to running Pro Speaker Academy, I also do a lot of keynoting and motivational speaking. But if somebody's really interested, if you're listening right now and you're thinking, hey, you know what, listen, I do want to get better at communicating my value. I want to attract higher paying clients. I want to increase my conversion. I want to decrease the resistance to sales. Then I would be happy to have a conversation with you, talk about what I do, and see if I can just help. And if it works out, that's great. If it doesn't, hopefully I can give you some tips. But the way to do that would just be to go to DennisCummins.com/consult, CONSULT. And that's a link to my calendar, and I'd be more than happy to set up a call and just chat with you about what I can do, how I can help your business. And if we decide to work together, fantastic. If not, then I hope I could just give you some pointers and help you along the way.
Perfect. Well, hey, Dennis, it's been great having you on the show today. Thank you for all the tips, and I learned a lot. I hope our audience also learned a lot. And if you're listening to this and you got a lot of value and you had fun listening, we had fun making this for you, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely hit the subscribe button there. But also leave us some comments. Let us know what you thought. Love to hear what kind of things you're working on and to continue the conversation in our YouTube community. And Dennis, thanks again for coming on the show.
Adam, thank you for having me. Really appreciate the time.
All right, so I'll cut the audio there. Man, you are a professional speaker. I swear, I listen to you speakers, and you're like, these people are smooth. That's good, man. Great interview. So all great stuff there. So quick side note on my end. So I'm going to shoot the audio to my team. They'll do all the editing, all that other stuff. They're really fast, so this will be live within 5 business days. When it does go live, you get an email from one of my assistants, either Diana, Julius, or Kate, and that's going to have your full, it'll have a full video marketing package. You'll have a YouTube video, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You have your Spotify, iTunes. You'll also have a Pinterest post. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff they make for our guests. And if you need anything else, just hit the reply button, and we'll take care of you, okay?